All right, we don't want our enemy just sitting there so we can tap him. We want him to be moving. We want him to be attacking the planet because we're supposed to be protecting the planet. So we're going to change this from setting enemy X and Y to those values there. And now we're setting enemy X and Y using random again. So in math.random2, if it equals 1, what does that mean? Well, math.random2 is going to return either a 1 or a 2. Okay, so basically we're saying about half the time we want to do this, else do this. And all this is doing is enemy X is being set in one case to the just off the left side of the screen, and about half the time, randomly, the X value, the start value, is being set to just off the right-hand side of the screen. So it's either going to be coming from the left or the right, and then enemy Y, our vertical up and down orientation, is being set to somewhere between, it's doing math random again, somewhere between 1 and the height of the content. So instead of just doing enemy X equals this and enemy Y equals that, this chunk of code right here basically randomizes it. So it's going to come from somewhere off to the left or somewhere off to the right. And now we're doing our old friend transition 2, although we're doing something different here. Now, you know up here we've got enemy X and enemy Y, and those are properties of the enemy display object. Enemy trans, is trans a property of this display object? Yes, because we said that it is, but it could be called Paul, or it could be called Foo, or it could be called anything you want. That's one of the cool things about Corona SDK, about Lua actually. You can add properties to these objects, which is just awesome. So this is going to be transition 2 returns something. I don't actually know what it's called, but we're gonna hold it in this thing called enemy.trans because we're gonna need it later. The thing is, we're gonna be killing these enemies, and these enemies are starting from point A, they're going to point B, but somewhere in the middle we're gonna kill them. At that point, we need to also get rid of this transition 2. The transition 2 is going to try to keep going, but the object is not going to be there anymore. We hold on to the handle to transition 2, and later on we'll use this to actually ditch this if we kill the enemy before he gets to the planet. So transition 2, we're doing the enemy, we're sending him to